ABCD project is Awareness Builds Connection in Dementia-Friendly Communities. And the idea of this project is to work with rural communities in Alberta to support them in becoming more dementia-inclusive. We went through a process of developing a project where we'd be looking to have rural communities apply for seed funding to specifically work with us and to learn from our research in what sort of initiatives would make the most sense in their communities. There's a larger group of people aging because the baby boomers are getting older, right? And so with that, we need more supports in rural communities.
Sturgeon County has an aging population. About 34% in 2019 was over the age of 50.
There are actually lots of seniors in the area because with the farming community around here, a lot of them have retired.
I don't think people realize the scope that dementia has. There wasn't like a lot specific in terms of dementia support. What we wanted to do was bring some speakers out, tell people what dementia is, what are the signs and symptoms that you're looking for, as well as just kind of provide supports for people that they could access for their family members with dementia.
They put together, I should say, these brain kits. And these brain kits are an interactive experience for older adults living with dementia to exercise their brain and to use their brain in different ways.
We have lodges here, we have long-term care here.
We're working with some partner agencies like senior centers, the sewing program in one of the high schools, giving people kind of the tools and resources that they need to help their family members instead of making them have to come to us. I think that's a huge benefit to our community.
Often as people age, it's most common for them to sit in front of the TV. So our group submitted the application for the ABCD grant last year to provide or to secure funding for added programs in our community. And the program we chose was the Memory Cafe. A program like this allows us to provide services that aren't offered, in any proximity to Drumheller.
It's more mobile, very engaged with various community vendors and community event spaces, and they just travel to whether it be an adventure park, to a movie theater, and gosh, they've been to so many places.
I haven't read the objectives for this program, but I suspect one of the objectives is to keep us old people out of the hospital, keep us active, and I think it really does that.
We are taking our participants to Barney's Adventure Park, to the theater. We have a planned outing to the Tyrrell Museum, and it allows them to experience something very unique, gives them something certainly exciting to talk about with friends and family. They can still laugh. They can still build friendships, and together with their loved one, they can try something new. We have really seen friendships blossom.
I have dementia, so it's kind of nice to be able to talk to other people that have problems too. Hear their comments and what's helping them and what you can kind of learn from somebody else if you have problems.
I would think the relationship with the people that are running the program is one of the top. They just are good people that seem to care. I am surprised at sometimes the kind of service they offer me. It's just much beyond what I thought it would be. And I guess I can't stress the kindness.
There was a lack in some of the programming which focused on the emotional connection between people, which is where the Java Time program really can sort of fill some of the cracks.
It helps me to join in with other people.
The aspect that really we liked was the resident-to-resident connection. When you're in the same boat, you're in the same boat. And we aren't in the same boat as caregivers. So they can really help each other a lot more than we can in some ways.
I just think it gives you a chance to vent your feelings and talk to the other residents and find what they're thinking.
They're not the only ones that are missing their partner, and they're not the only ones that look back with gratitude towards having somebody by their side. And then to look over and go, well, now my wife may not be here, but I've got a friend by my side. In our own home, we're allowed to show all these emotions and get support rather than diversion and distraction. And, you know, lots of times the caregivers, well-meaning as they are, don't have the time to sit down for half an hour and explore loneliness. Then they started to move from feeling sad to feeling connected with each other because they had a shared story. This gives the residents a chance to just say, you know, I miss my home. And then the other residents going, I miss my home too. And then we can talk about that and how we can create the home here where we are.
It's so good for me. I like it because I feel home there when we have it.
Tabor, Alberta has been implementing a memory cafe in their community.
There isn't a lot of supports available for folks with dementia or Alzheimer's. Through the Memory Cafe, we offer lots of programs here that help kind of stimulate memory, that incorporates just coffee chats with that kind of understanding that there's also some unique needs.
My husband has a memory problem. He still says, isn't it time for us to go to the Memory Cafe? It's just a relief that he can have some kind of interaction with other people, and they get free cookies.
There's been a lot of humor and sarcasm. They feel comfortable in the space and they feel like they can chat with us and they can talk about whatever and they can joke with us. You know, you get goosebumps and you feel like you've made a difference.
The Wheatland Lodge is a supportive living environment, so the residents who live at the lodge really have mild cognitive decline.
Our community did not have many dementia supports or services in place, which inspired us to apply for the grant and explore opportunities to start conversations and implement projects and programs.
All they want is to live a normal life. There's so many things they don't understand that's happening with them, and families don't understand either.
Dementia can be very isolating, both for the person living with dementia and their care partners.
It can be a very scary thing for families to realize that somebody you love has dementia, because it changes who they are and changes the life of everybody around them. So sometimes people find it frustrating. They're frustrated too because they have questions that you don't know how to answer, and we've got questions that they don't know how to answer. And so it's a journey that has to be walked with a lot of love and a lot of caring and compassion.
We try to promote so they understand what dementia is and what symptoms and what residents living with dementia may appear to do or look like, and then it educates them so that they can help our residents have a more day-to-day lifestyle.
Our ABCD project took a three-prong approach. We had 3 different activities. The first was a train the trainer, where we brought in a professional trainer that was able to share information about dementia with our community social services providers. The second project was inclusive activity kits. The activity kits are focused on family activities and gatherings, and to promote connection between people living with dementia and their families. The third activity was a speaker series where we brought in different speakers that could talk about their experiences with dementia. We wanted to remove the stigma around having dementia.
By talking about it and having speakers, it allows for the conversation, and it's okay to ask these questions and to gain the knowledge. So I believe that the speaker series will help people to overcome those fears and challenges of talking about dementia.
I'm personally learning about how hard it can be and how it can impact my family, and to be able to apply that knowledge to the community has been a very powerful experience to me.
If we keep it inside and don't talk about it, then we're not allowing ourselves the opportunity to gain the knowledge or perspective and to cope.